What do you think about this information? Let's find out with me. Prince George has a wee argument with the son of the Queen's personal piper over a toy tractor. The revelation came from Scott Methven, who served as Her Majesty's Pipe Major between 2015 and 2019. The Scottish Army veteran would play the pipe for the monarch for 15 minutes every morning. The Queen, 95, urged him to put family first and take as much time as you need to look after your wife. Her Majesty also arranged for the couple to receive care packages. Their children were looked after by royal nannies at Balmoral and Windsor Castle. Speaking to the Daily Telegraph, Mr. Methven explained how the royal family supported him after his wife Morven was diagnosed with cancer in 2017. After learning his wife required hospital care, Mr. Methven was urged to leave immediately by a royal equerry. Kids are kids. They would maybe have a wee argument over a toy tractor. Image. Getty. Scott Methven's son was allowed to stay on the Balmoral complex. Image. Getty. Mr. Methven added, "It just so happened that the royal nannies were there. They all mucked in and helped out. His children stayed up at Balmoral Castle while I was away." Concerned about his children, then aged 5 and 12, he asked, "Who will look after the kids?" The equerry answered, "Just go. I will talk to the Queen. That's what we're here for." The Queen pictured in Scotland this summer. Image. Getty. "It was nice. One morning when I went to the hospital, the Queen had arranged for strawberries and muffins to be made up in a basket for the nurses. She said make sure they get that." While at Balmoral, Mr. Methven's son Fergus played with Prince George, the future British King. He said, "Kids are kids. They would maybe have a wee argument over a toy tractor, which was quite funny." Mr. Methven's children were later allowed to stay at Windsor Castle, with visits to Buckingham Palace, while their mother continued her treatment. The Balmoral estate was bought by Prince Albert in 1852. Image. Getty. The piper explained how the Queen intervened personally to support his family through the difficult time. He said, "People on the military side were conscious about me getting back to work, but the Queen said absolutely not. It's family first. You have as much time as you need to look after your wife." If anyone challenged him about being absent, the Queen added to say, "I told you so." Sadly, Morven passed away in 2018, a year after her diagnosis. Mr. Methven also has fond memories of having a wee chat with the Queen, along with the late Prince Philip. He said, "My son would bump into the Duke of Edinburgh at the back of the cottage in Balmoral. I remember coming round the back and seeing Fergus standing with his head bowed, like I taught him, and the Duke standing with his stick saying, 'Who's this? Who does he belong to?' I told him he was my son and he said, 'You've got him bloody well trained.' We were there laughing." Speaking to BBC Scotland, Mr. Methven added, "People genuinely think what you will about the royal family or the Queen, but they pulled it out of the bag for me." Prince Philip died in April aged 99, at Windsor Castle in Berkshire. There are other opinions and to think there are those who want to abolish our monarchy. Well, guess what power queen is popular here, and bet none of them wokies would be as generous as her. It's pathetic how many lefties oppose our monarchy. How we must all wish to have a lord of the manor to look after us when times get tough, to send the nannies to look after the bairns when the missus takes poorly, and send us a few care packages. So why is this story interlaced so many times with photos of Pink Harry and his bad hair Dame Mrs.? We see enough of them already within the vast stories on them that thus press carries. My uncle was a sergeant in the Blues and Royals, and he spent a lot of his time with the Royals on and off duty, and I recall he always said the Queen was a lovely lady and as real as me or you when she let her hair down at family parties. Edited. What do you think about this incident? Leave a comment below this video now. Subscribe to stay up to date with us.